Get back in. Can you guys hear me? Yo, what is good, everybody? What is good? It's your boy Jay Barry back with another video, here to give you guys greatness once again, which is the PlayStation Nation, which is the PlayStation 4 and soon to become PlayStation 5. This is going to be my review stream for Final Fantasy VII Remake. No, this won't have any spoilers in there. I will try to refrain from spoilers. I will try to refrain from talking about the end portions of the game. But I will be glossing over certain things just to get my review points out there. But I will be hosting like a spoiler cast later on in the month, where I have a few people on, and then we'll be talking about the game. So that's gonna be a full spoiler cast, you know what I mean? But here I'm just giving my review and the reasons why the reason why I gave this game the score that I gave it. Like I said, I will be talking about some story parts, but I'm not gonna go into depth with it, because I know a lot of people ain't beat the game yet, and I just beat the game just now, you know what I mean? So I won't say it's spoiler free, but it's gonna have some type slight spoilers in here, because I need to get some points out of there. But this is going to be my review stream. I'm not going to be long here. I'm going to pretty much give you my review, give my points, give my pros, my cons, and then talk about a few things, and I'm going to get up out of here. I don't want this to be like super long, but wow. That's all I can say, man. It's just wow. Like I am blown away on how good this game really is. I knew it was going to be good. Like you guys already know from from like last year, I was calling this game of the year, 2020. People bashed me, people made fun of me, all this crap. It's like, what are you talking about, games? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? And I was just listening to the devs, reading the interviews, getting caught up on the news about the game and all that stuff. I was doing the live streams, breaking down trailers, and let you guys know, like, yo, this game is going to be something special. We got the demo in our hands. Everybody's eyes opened up. It was like, yo, this battle system's crazy. By the way, before I get to this, I'm gonna be cocky. I was 100% right about the battle system. You know what I mean? 100% right about the battle system. I was letting people know what this battle system was gonna be from that first ever trailer we saw with the new trailer back in 2019 at PSX. I was letting people know what this battle system was going to be. Everybody's like, oh my god, it's Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god, it's Final Fantasy 15. It's none of that. And I'm going to break down the battle system a little bit more as I get into the review, but it just feels good to be right. You know what I mean? But what's good, everybody? What is up, man? I'm very happy with this game. There's certain things I was like, this is very bold. When it came to some of the changes that's going on here, would I call this game like a remake per se? Nah, this game is like a reboot. It rebooted a lot of things, from the original game. If you guys haven't played the original game, I do implore you to go and play the original game. One of the greatest games of all time. It needs to be played. I don't know how you guys went 23 years, missing Final Fantasy VII. I just don't know how that happened. There's a certain games you just can't miss. You know what I mean? Like as a gamer, there's a certain games you can't miss. And I know that's not the politically correct thing to be saying in this day and age of gaming, because everybody's sensitive. But I don't know how you went 23 years and not play this game, Final Fantasy VII, the original game. Either or. The remake is here, and if you're not playing a remake, go ahead and play the remake. This game is from beginning to end just amazing. And I'm gonna let you guys know my review score for the game, and then I'm gonna break down why my review score is this way. But yo, what is good, everybody, man? What is up? Like I said, this is gonna be my review stream I'm doing here. I'm going to be, going over certain points of why I gave this game the score that I gave it. Few light little spoilers here and there, but I'm not gonna go too in depth because there will be a full spoiler cast later on this month with other people that want to come on. But my review score for you guys, this is my review score. A 9.5 out of 10. I would have gave this game a 10 out of 10. I would have gave it a 10 out of 10. And this is my game of the year. This is my game of the generation. But to me, this game is like perfect. But the only thing that I can't give it a perfect score is due to the fact that, and I know everybody's talking about it, but I do have, let's go into the cons about, this game. And yes, it's a common con, but it especially in the beginning of the game, it does set a toll on you when you look at it. Is the textures. I feel like Square should have did a better job on polishing the game overall, because you have these beautiful character detail, these character designs, and then the background, like a door or a flower, that thing ain't load up yet, or that the texture is just horribly bad, and it throws you off. It throws you off a little bit. For me, especially too, it threw me off. Maybe not everybody's going to be thrown off by the textures in the game, but especially in the beginning of the game, it did throw me off. Later on in the game, I didn't really care because I wasn't even looking for that. But in that beginning, that beginning, you taking on the screenshots, you're looking at stuff, you want to see the nooks and crannies. So yeah, so that's one of the cons that I have in the game. Another con that I have, what is good, guys? What is good, everybody? Sick, Buck, AG, T-Man, Guapzilla, Roxas, what is up, man? What is up, guys? What is up? Another con that I have, and this is a small one. I know a lot of people's not going to bring this up, but I don't think it's the worst textures ever. I just feel like the polish could have been done better. You know what I mean? PlayStation 5 Ultimate Gaming Console, what is good, man? I just feel like the polish could have been done better, especially when it, like, a reason why I harken upon it a little bit, because Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game of all time. So how everybody else look at certain things, I'm going to look at it 10 times the magnitude. You know what I mean? So if you look at something like, oh, this didn't really bother me like that, I'm looking at it 100 times more than how it will bother you, or did it bother you. So that's why I have that criticism when it comes to the textures. Also, I feel like when you save in the game, even if you have the shortcut menu, they have a shortcut menu when you go into the options and you press triangle, you save this game. I feel like it loads up a little too long to save a game. It loads a little bit to save a game. Small gripe, but I feel like that's one of the gripes. So that's one of the cons as well. Another con that I have is that, like I said, the proximity like sound. I like it, but I don't like it because there's times where I'm just walking and I'm ahead of the party and a conversation will start, and if I'm not turning around or looking, or sometimes I'll be right next to them, but if I'm looking, I'm veering to the right, but they're to the left and talking, you won't hear anything. You just see the text. Sometimes that can throw me out a little bit when it comes to the immersion of the game. But overall, that's really my cons of the game. You know what I mean? Everything else about the game I really, really love. Even the changes I really like. There's a few changes that I was just like, wow, this is a very, very bold move, Square. And hopefully you can clean it up, or hopefully you're going to further explain yourself in the next game. But there was one thing that did happen in this game that I called. I said this was going to happen. I said that this person was going to be in the game, and but in the way that I said he was going to be in the game, or this person was going to be in the game, that's exactly how I had it, how this going to be in the game. You know what I mean? But I will talk about that more in the spoiler cast as I get everything ready to go. Yo, Jamar, what is up, man? Yo, AG, what's up, bro? Yo, Dragon Sword, what's up? I do feel that, you know, certain things that were added and certain things that, especially in the ending, that were added is to entice people more to get hyped for the second game, because the build up for the second game is real. You know, there's a lot of things that, you know, that didn't happen in Midgar, you know, that's happening now. Or you getting a oversight, you're getting like a foresight, matter of fact, of what's to come a little bit. And you know, that was pretty cool as well, because I feel like, yo, that's gonna be like, yo, okay, let's get the second game going, or let's get this other game going, you know what I mean? But if you play Final Fantasy VII the original, you know those things that's happening. And one thing I do like about the game is, yes, there's a lot of changes that happen in this game. There's a lot of like new stuff implemented in this game. Overall, other than a few things, overall, all the results that happen from the original scene in Midgar, it happens here in this game. It's just how it leads up to that result is much different. And you know, other than one or two things, but like I said, I'll bring that up in the spoiler cast. You know, but yeah, the story, very great. The story is amazing. Final Fantasy overall, the Final Fantasy VII, the story is amazing. I'm gonna get into the characters and the dynamic with the characters soon, but the story, how they kept the pace of this game was by far some of the best work I've ever seen in a video game, because you took such a short component of the original game and you made it into like a 40-hour, you know, plus story. You know what I mean? And, you know, some of that stuff can be side quests and all that stuff, you know, it's cool, but overall it's a chunky game. And to have such a long game like that, but the pacing is so good. Like, I never felt like there was like a down chapter in this game as it hit from chapter 1. Chapter 2 was down, but the pacing, you understood the pacing. You got to see and, you know, witness the work that was, you know, that you guys did at the reactor, sector 1 reactor, right? And then you get your point of view of it, and then later on in the chapters, you see the overall plan that Shinra is formulating here. You know what I mean, to set you up and all that stuff, and you just understanding like, yo, from my point of view, this looks kind of bad, but you know, we're still trying to be good for the whole planet. And the way how they just pace that overall, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Oh my God, like the pacing, it just never stopped. You know what I mean? Like it just kept getting good. Oh, we on a high? Oh, nah, this definitely gonna be a low. Nope, another high. You know what I mean? I was just like, wow. Like I was in tune with the game. You know what I mean? Every moment, like I was just like, I know you're lengthening Midgar, but how you guys gonna do it, right? We knew some things with the developers, how they said yeah, it's going to make a full-fledged game, but now that we actually playing it and witnessing it, it's just like, wow, you guys really did a full-fledged game. You know what I mean? And I was just like, wow, I can't believe this. You know what I mean? But with them having a full-fledged game, I just felt like the pacing, it never felt like there was a boring segment. It never felt that it was like, oh, this chapter is weak or whatever. Like every chapter, I loved every chapter. I loved the character building within each chapter. And you know, I'm gonna get to the characters because these are my pros. The characters. This is one of the reasons why I like Final Fantasy VII the most out of all the Final Fantasy games. I'm not saying that every other Final Fantasy game is not good, because Final Fantasy is my favorite, you know, franchise of games. But this is why like Final Fantasy VII have a special place in my heart. It's not because it's the first RPG that you play. No, my first RPG that I played was Final Fantasy VII. Matter of fact, you can say Ys 3. on Sega. You know what I mean? It was my first RPG that I played. But my first Final Fantasy that I played was 6 on Super Nintendo. 6 was my first Final Fantasy that I played. And I do love 6. I do love 4. I do love 10. You know, I love a lot of Final Fantasy games. But when it just comes to characters, I feel like 7 is the cream of the crop. Like 7, in my opinion, has the best like characters overall, because even from the original game, I always said this, and I always felt like every character in 7 outside of like Cats, even Cat Sith can have his own game. I feel like they can all have their own game, or they have their own little segment where it's intriguing enough for people to tune in. You know what I mean? Like Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, Aerith, Red 13, Vincent, Yuffie, Cat Sith. They can all have their little segments in the game, and it's like, yo, you're locked in because the characters are so good. Everybody's so dynamic. Everybody's so different. You know what I mean? Like, just the buildup of what they did to Cloud. And this is what I loved, what they did to Cloud, because Cloud is always this cool, keep it cool type of character. I'm casual. Yo, I'm the man in the room. You know what I mean? Because I'm soldier first class. But here they showed, and they let his walls come down a little bit, because Cloud has a barrier up. Like, he got to keep his composure, got to keep his cool, got to stay cool all the time. But yo, there's moments in the game where his barrier came down. And he's like, yo, you saw the actual real Cloud, that's crawling through outside of this hollow, shell of a man that he is, or trying to portray himself as. You saw the real Cloud that's crawling out, like, yo, I'm here. You know what I mean? I was just like, yo, they did it so well. How did it's not forced. It's not, and it's just the small little subtleties in the game that I love a lot. You know what I mean? Just from a little banter, him with Barrett, or him having a talk with Tifa. Amazing, man, amazing stuff. And I know when you guys get later on the chapters, when you beat the game, you're gonna be like, yo, I see what you're talking about, Bar. I see what you're talking about. Like Cloud. He's a cool character, yeah. You know what I mean? Overall, he's a cool character, but a lot of that stuff is pretend. You know what I mean? A lot of that stuff is not really him. And you get to see that stuff, which is just cool, man. Like, him messing up, or him like, oh, somebody else has to come and save me. That's outside of the Cloud. As what he tried to put out. But it's just really cool, man. It's just really cool dynamic to see. Tifa is bae. Tifa is bae, man. I know a lot of people, they love Aerith. Jessie is another character that grew on me a lot. Chapter 4, guys, I don't know how in chapter 4, like, you couldn't like get emotional. I'm pretty sure everybody passed chapter 4. I don't know how anybody in here can sit down and play chapter 4 and not get like emotional. They were like that chapter right there that had me sitting down, just like I had to pause it real quick, and I was just like, whew, that was so good, man, because you get to a deep dive within Avalanche and how they get along with each other. They know their ins and outs, and it's just cool. Wedge, Biggs, getting to see those guys and see how they play out. Man, it's just amazing stuff, man. Getting to see Jesse, going to Jesse's house up in the top plate, visiting his mom, and it tying that mission alone tying into the overall mission that Jesse wanted to do to plan for the sector 5 bombing run. It was just so genius, man. So like the character development in this game, like every character just grew on you. Even from like the bad guys, President Shinra, he's gonna grow on you guys. I'm letting you know he's gonna grow on you a little bit, where he's like, yo, okay, I can understand, why he's like this. There's gonna be a certain aspect you're gonna get into the game, you're gonna be like, yo, I can understand why he's like this, but yeah, Jesse, I do love Jesse, but Tifa is bae. Tifa is bae, man. Oh, yo, I have so much pictures of Tifa. It's not even funny, guys. It's not even funny. But let me show you guys something real quick. I have so much pictures of Tifa, man. It's not even funny. But this is pretty much how I ended the game here. So the Intel battle reports. Well, you know what? We're gonna come to that. We're gonna come to that. But I just feel like the character development is great. Getting into the gameplay and all that. Let me get back to this now. Get into the gameplay and just the overall content that you have in this game. Like, I see a lot of people, saying that they beat the game in 30 hours and 35 hours and stuff like that. They're not doing half of these stuff here. This doing half of this stuff here took some work, especially the Intel battle reports. Chadley, there's one of them that's going to take you a very, very long time, unless you probably doing that on hard mode, where it's going to be more difficult, but you're going to earn more, double the AP and the experience here. But I did that stuff on my normal playthrough. See, I only have one left to go, and I'm not gonna say what it is, but one of the battle reports is going to be super, super long. But I implore everybody to actually go and do it, because it's gonna be worth it during the end. It's definitely gonna be worth it during the end, because you're just gonna have all that stuff kind of maxed out at your disposal. So I say do it. The Coliseum stuff, I got one more I got to do, and I'm pretty sure this is end game stuff here. The Shinra battle stuff, I got a couple I got to do. That's end game stuff. Odd jobs completed. I thought I did all of the side missions, but I guess that the last two side missions probably end game stuff here. Enemy intel. There's a lot of enemies that we haven't seen yet, because I think some of them is only during hard mode, and there's certain things that you only can get in hard mode. So there's some enemies that get. Assess enemies. There's 114 enemies. Remember when this game went from it's just an episodic 5-hour game that shouldn't be 60 squares robbing you, blah 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 blah. My weapon abilities, I know who I got to do for that. I'm not going to spoil that, but pretty much I'll be almost done with this soon. Enemy skills learn. I don't know where I got to get the last one, but I'll figure it out. Oh, matter of fact, I do know where I got to get the last one. No, I think I got him already. I don't know what's the last one that I got to get. Maybe it's like one of those VR fights. I don't know. Because when you scan your enemies, when you assess them, they will let you know if you can learn an enemy skill. Manuscripts obtained. This is something that you're going to be grinding for, like in the Coliseums and the VR stuff. I'm pretty sure some of the other stuff is going to be only available in hard mode. When you beat the game, they say some of the stuff is only available in hard mode. The music, matter of fact, the music, guys, the music in this game is amazing. Yeah, what do I think about those that said it wasn't a foot? They're wrong. Basically, they're just wrong. People don't. One thing people hate to do is admit that they are wrong. You beat it in 47 hours. That's what's up. Like, I feel like I could have beat it probably like 40 something hours as well. But just doing that Chadley report, man, it does take a long time. You would get certain material, or you get a certain material to help you out, but it does take a long time to do it. But this, like I said, this is a full complete game. Yes, it's a part of the overall story of Final Fantasy VII, but it's a full complete game. But the music, one thing I do love about the game is that they included like the music disc that you go around and you search around and you talk to NPCs to get like certain music discs. But it's not just the clear cut copy of the original game music. It's like remix versions of the music, and it's just like mad cool. There's a lot of them that's really, really good in there. I was like, yo, they remixed the hell out of this joint, man. Which is really, really dope, man. Oh yeah, chapter 14 is definitely probably the longest chapter, I feel, in the game, where I feel like that's where mostly everybody is going to be spending most of their time in the game. Like, you can legit probably spend like 10, if you want to do everything, the Chadley reports, the side missions, leveling up, the resolution witness stuff. if you really want to do all of that, you definitely gonna be in there for a long time. But yeah, the music, guys, it's just amazing, man. Final Fantasy always had great music. I always play Final Fantasy music here when in my streams, so you guys already know that when it comes to like video game music, it's like RPGs and fighting games. It's like my bread and butter, and I listen to Final Fantasy music all the time, man. Like I have it on my playlist and all that stuff. But this music, what they did to the game, is just amazing. Like mixing the old with the new, just remixing the songs. Like yo, especially at the end. Yo, at the end, yo, like I legit, you know that meme that you see on Twitter where the guy is sitting back and then he sits front, he sits up a little bit, like he's like, ready to go. That's how I was at the end, yo. Especially when I heard that music kick, I was like, hold up. Then I start like, yeah, let's go, man, let's go. Yo, I'm telling y'all, the music is just amazing. This joint, man. Yo, Chocobo, hip hop Chocobo, fire. Yo, actually, one of my favorite music stuff is Wall Market, right? And Chocobo Sam. I'm gonna play it here. Chocobo Sam version of Wall Market is like my favorite. Here we go. Yo, listen, guys. I was legit, like, some of the hours on here was just sitting back listening to the music. I ain't even gonna front. Like, you could probably take off like 3 hours off of this. You could probably take off 3 hours off of this right here. 59, just short of 60. You can take off 3 hours of this because some of them was just me listening to the music. Real talk. And then when you cross over to Madam M, then when you cross back over, then yo, I was like, yo, I love the new Wall Market music, but I kind of wish that they had the old music, right? I was like, damn, I wish I had the old music. But then when you go to the Collapse Highway, they hit me with the, is it this? No, it's not this. Is it this? No, it's this. Then they hit you with this. Hold up. No, it's not this one. Hold up. I gotta find it. Here we go. Yo, when they hit me with this, I was like, it's over. Yo, fire, yo. Wispy, what's good? Yo, Madam M is actually like my favorite new character. Her and Leslie. I like Leslie a lot too, but Madam M is definitely my favorite new character in the game. Yes, I did get the special massage, which is fine. That's one thing I do love that they have in the game, is that they didn't hold back when it came to like censoring anything. Like Final Fantasy 7 is like a really like, they go out there, you know what I mean? Like they don't go fully out there, but they kind of hint like what they're doing. And with the remake, they kind of did the same thing. Like they didn't hold back. There was cursing in there. You had the Madam M massage, you know what I mean, where she treats you right. And then your Cloud is, Cloud, the typical Japanese character, is like uncomfortable as always when you have all these beauties around them. You know what I mean? It's just it was just an amazing thing, man. Yo, even the mini games, the mini games. One mini game I definitely got to conquer though is that pull-up bar. But even the mini games is just amazing, man. It's amazing. Like, I mean, the Andrea scene, very, very different when it comes to Honeybee Inn, but it was cool. It was cool, man. I had a lot of fun doing that stuff, man. Like I said, the game just kept its pace. Like it didn't slow down for me, man. It was always just keep on moving. It was moving. Like the game really was, even when I was just leveling up, doing what I usually do, like in the RPG. Like I never felt like, oh, this is just tedious. Like I always had a goal that I was working towards, and I always like, just felt. I felt like I wanted to do it. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna get rewarded heavily if I do this. You know what I mean? Yo, I definitely got to beat that mini game, the pull up one. I definitely got to beat it. You know what I mean? I still ain't beat the last one yet, but matter of fact, the computer cheated me one time because I think I got like, it was like 43 or 44 pull ups, right? And the dude was on like 40. No, it was the dude was on 43. I was at 43 as well. And no, the dude was like at 42. But the computer gave it like 2 times. It gave it like 2 pull-ups because the timer went and I saw the thing went up to like 44. I was like, what? Like, you just cheated me, man. I could have won it, and I never got to the 40s ever again after that. Like, it just killed my whole soul, man. It killed my whole soul. But I would definitely do it. I would definitely do it. I would definitely. Yo, you say it took you 30 minutes? No, yo, it took me. Well, I ain't beat it yet, but I was there. I was there like a good hour there, and I didn't beat it yet. But I'll definitely beat it. I'll definitely beat it. The times when I was doing good, I was like shouting out like triangle X circle square, triangle X circle square, triangle X circle square, triangle X circle square. I know everybody was screaming it out. Triangle X circle square, triangle X circle square. I know everybody was screaming it out, man. I know I was screaming that joint out. But the mini games are definitely fun to do. But yeah, like I said, guys, this game, the battle system. Listen, every action RPG needs to implement this battle system in their game now. Especially if you're a Final Fantasy game. If you're going to go the action RPG route with a Final Fantasy game, you need to implement this battle. This battle system is by far the best battle system in any action RPG ever. And I play a lot of them. Just the mixture of the action portion, right? You got your straight up attacks, you got your dodge, you have your blocking, you have your parry. Each character is very different. Every character is not the same, so you can't treat everybody the same. You have your long range, you have your close distance, you have your fighters, you have your your in and out kind of characters, like Tifa. Really offensive game plan with her, but her defense is not the greatest, right? She doesn't have the best defense, like, so you have to be like with Tifa, you have to be like, yo, in and out, do damage, get out, switch over to Cloud handle his stuff and clean up all the stuff, can bear a little bit more damage. Barret is like, yeah, how I treated Barret, he was like my support tank kind of guy, right? So I had Barret with the barriers, I had Barret with like the the debuffs and the buffs, I had Barret with the heals as well, but I had him with like a magic attack as well, just in case he needed it. But Barret is just is super strong in this game. And I feel like when it comes to him, his character and how he plays in this game is very, very important in this game, because when you start fighting like the harder stuff, yo, you're gonna need that support. I can take the damage type of character to aggro your enemies. You know what I mean? Like Barret, I make sure Barret had a lot of HP. I made sure I put that steel skin on him. He had that move where it's called I'll get the move right now. I think it's called Lightsaber, where he takes it's pretty much like cover in the old game, but like anybody that attacks like Tifa or Cloud, he will take the damage, and then I have Tifa or Aerith or Cloud heal him up real quick and all that. But I love how everybody is so dynamic in this game. Like everybody don't play the same. Aerith, her play style is really far distance. Get away from everybody, do her magic. But Aerith is super strong, man. Yo, she's kind of OP in the game too. Like in the original game, Aerith was like that character that's like, oh my god, I'm leveling you up because I want you to get your final limit break, and I want you to level you up so you can get stronger, and you're pretty much a heal. But you kind of can be annoying because you're so weak as a character, right? But this game, they made Aerith super strong. Yo, Vit, what's good, man? They made Aerith really strong. Like, especially when you get a certain ability. I think it's called the Luminous Shield. Yo, that move, it's so good, bro, because it soaks up so much damage, and you just back there with Aerith, just like boop, take this. Then you call it her fairy, boop, magic, boom, and yo, her magic is so strong. Ray of Judgment, oh my god. Damn, that move, it's super. The startup is super slow, but it is worth it when they are either pressured or staggered, yo, because the damage is gonna be crazy. Like Aerith, build up her magic. If you have like magic up, MP up, materia, or one of the materials that you're gonna get later if you do the Chanley mission is super strong for Aerith. Trust me, yo. That's why I said, like, it's gonna take you a while. Like your first run is gonna take you a while, but it's worth it, because in hard mode is a different beast. Like I just read the description of hard mode. It's like you can't use items. You know what I mean? The benches only heal your HP, not your MP. So you're gonna need stuff to siphon MP. So that's why you got to do that Chanley report. It's super important. That's why I feel like everybody should do that before you even attempt to do hard mode. You know what I mean? Or level up your MP up, your HP up, materia. But I know in hard mode you're gonna you get the double AP, so that's cool as well. But yeah, I love the battle system in this game, man. Like there's times where I will have like Cloud, I'll say like, I Cloud about to do Infinity End, right? I stagger somebody, then I switch over to Tifa, then I do Unbridled Energy or Unbridled Strength, whatever the move is called, power her up, have her rolling, then I do a ability, then I switch over to Aerith or Barret and have them do an ability. Yo, one thing I do love is like in Barret with Big Bertha, right? His move, the Maximum Fury move, it's so good to blend it with Tifa, because that move will lock enemies in, and Tifa, when she gets in, she she beats people up, man. And then she has the Omni Strike, and then she has the uppercut. It causes so much stagger, yo. Like it's ridiculous how much stagger it can be. Cause Barret, there's times where Barret, his Maximum Fury, it would like elevate enemies. Like if they especially if they're pressured, it would elevate enemies in the air. And Tifa, she can just do an uppercut, then you cancel it into her dive kick. So much damage. And then you have Cloud that, oh my god, yo, the battle system in this game is by far the best battle system I've ever played in an RPG. Like I'm not even like exaggerating with that at all. Like I really mean this. And like I said, I play a lot of RPGs. But this, it was so much fun. There's a time in like an RPG, like, okay, you get a little tired of doing battles, right? Like, especially when you're grinding and you're trying to, level up and stuff, it can get a little tedious sometimes. Like, you're just grinding and leveling up and you're doing the same stuff over and over. With this game, I never felt like I was tired of doing any of that. I was grinding. And I was like, yo, I'm still having mad fun with the battle system because I was doing new things. And one thing I like about the battle system is that they give you the incentive to try other weapons. You know what I mean? I never thought in my day that I would be using the nail bat. Once I got the 100% proficiency, I was like, I'm really good with it. But at the end of the day, I was using it. I was just like, yo, like, I'm having fun using it. And I'm also getting a bonus by just using it and learning it, because then the weapon that I really want to use, I can just use that and get its ability. Like, that is so much fun, man, because from the last weapon that you get, you have all these abilities that's stacked up on you, man. You just felt so OP at the end. Like, you say, yo, I got this, I can do this, I can mix this with this. And it's just like, yo, this is so good, man. It is so good. And then you have your materia with your magic. And yo, it is too good, man. Like, I kid you not, I had so much fun just learning the ins and outs of this battle system. And you're going to need to learn the ins and outs with this battle system, because there are secret bosses in this game, guys. There are side quest bosses in this game that will beat your ass if you ain't learn this game at a certain time period. If you ain't really master certain things like the parry system with Cloud, if you ain't level up certain material, like max them out so you can get all the ATB quickly as possible, sheesh. Yeah, I really want to see some of the people that's just like straight shot in this game, and how they would do after they straight shot the game. How would they do in hard mode or fighting some of these side mission bosses? Because some of them is hard. Yeah, you're gonna overcome it, you're gonna defeat it. I'm not saying that I died probably said like 4 times in this game I've died, but like to like a boss. There's certain things, like you will go into a boss and you're just not prepared. Like, you don't have the right setup, you don't have the right materia, you're not using the right weapon. Oh, this weapon is not fully maxed out yet, and you just like, okay, I chalk this up to you. Next time I'm coming for you. You know what I mean? Like, certain stuff like that, that's going to happen. But overall, like, these enemies, they can give you a run for your money, especially the regular ones too. The regular ones can give you a run for your money. And one thing I do like about the game is that they took like secret bosses, like one secret boss that you guys, I don't think most of you guys are there yet, but there's a secret boss that's in the original game in Midgard that most of you guys probably didn't even know. You probably know now because of the remake, but in the original game, you could skip by this enemy you don't even know. And it's not even like a boss fight, it's just a regular enemy. But they made it into a boss fight. The Hell House, they made that into a boss fight. The Hell House is probably one of the hardest bosses for me. Like, I had a really difficult time doing the Hell House fight. And I was just like, why? And when I think about it, when I was talking to other people and how they defeated the Hell House, like, oh, I wasn't using my damn common sense. I wasn't thinking. I mean, I was trying to just brute force it, but really, really fun boss battles. Really, the boss battles, every boss battle was good. I know that sounds like exaggeration, but it's not. Like, every boss battle was good. Like, even the mini boss battles, I'm gonna be posting those up soon too. Like, even the mini boss battles were good. Like, side mission stuff, they were even good. But the boss battles in this game is just like, yo, it just don't stop. They give you so much boss battles in this game, like, yo, it don't stop. And like, you never got like tired. It's like, oh, here we go, another boss battle. No, it was like, yo, let's go, man. I'm leveled up now. I got this materia build. Let's see how this works on this boss. It's mad fun, yo. It is fun as hell, yo. And I'm just like, damn. Like every boss battle, I was just like, yo, this is really fun. Like I'm over here smiling ear to ear, like, yo, I just defeated this. Yo, this is mad fun. Like, yo, this is a really cool boss battle. It's not just some of these boss battles is not just like I'm just fighting this boss. Like they play within to the environment. They switch it up where you're doing certain things, like, you know what I mean, or there's a lead up to the boss, or it will switch over to characters. And it was just so much fun how they mix things up with the boss battles. And I was like, yo, amazing job, Square, amazing job, because that's going to get me even more excited for the second game, you know what I mean, just to see what they're gonna do with other enemies, you know what I mean, like, you know, a lot of the Midgard Zolom, you know, we're gonna see how they treat that boss, you know, is that gonna be like a boss, you know what I mean? Like, I can't wait, man, I cannot wait. But like I said, guys, 9.5 out of 10, just due to certain you know, certain little cons that I have. I just felt like Square could have polished a little bit better when it comes to like the overall environment of the game. You know, especially at the beginning, it did take me out a little bit, but overall, I think the game graphics is great. The game look amazing. Like the character models look amazing. Certain areas in the game looks rough. But I felt like Square could have definitely cleaned that up, and they could have did a better job on that. Small little cons is like I said, the saving, I feel like that take a little bit too long, and the proximity voice thing, that could be a little bit bothersome, where it takes you out of emergence a little emergence. Oh, well, immersion a little bit. I say immersion a little bit. So those are like my cons. Also a 9.5 because I do like the changes, but there's one change in there that I was like, okay, this is bold. I don't know if I like it right now, or, you know, if it's going to lead up to something better in the next game, or, you know, but it's just a very, very bold change. And yeah, it's good. Yo, Kid Asu, what's good, man? How long is the game? I'll say about 35, 45 hours. It took me overall to beat the game. It took me about like 50, I say 55, 56 hours to beat the game. But if you want to really do like everything, it's going to take you a while to do the game. You know, you're not going to do everything 100% in this one playthrough though. I think you're going to have to do multiple playthroughs, or you're going to have to do chapter stuff like this right here. I doubt you're not going to do this in one playthrough, getting all the dresses. This right here, you can't do in one playthrough. Enemy skill, you can do that. Weapons ability, you can do that. I just didn't grind at one character, which I should have. But I'm pretty much like 70% proficiency on one weapon, and then the other weapon I maxed it out because that one is much easier to max out. Odd jobs, there's two more. I'm trying to think like what other side mission I'm missing, but we'll see. The Shinra battle, the VR battle stuff here. This battle report, I don't even know if you can beat. I don't know, man. This last Chadley mission, I don't know if you could have beat that in your first playthrough. I don't know, but we'll see. Because it was tough. It was tough. But yeah, overall, it was a really fun game, man. I enjoyed it a lot. 9.5 out of 10. I'm super excited for the next one. I will be playing this game over more times than one. Like right after this, I'm going into hard mode to play, to be honest with you. That's why I didn't really want a long stream you know, today. But like I said, closer, you know, later on to the month, you know, when more people beat the game, I'm going to be doing a spoiler cast. I'm going to talk about it, break it down, you know what I mean, certain things, explain certain things when it comes to, you know, new additions to the game. I will be doing all of that. All right, but yeah, guys, like I said, 9.5 out of 10. I really love this game. This is like my game of the generation. My favorite game of all time. They remade it, and I'm really, really happy on what they did. You know, I can see certain, like, you know, like purists like myself having a little bit, like, you know, a a little bit of disagreements with like the ending, or just certain things in the ending that happened. But I just felt like I called this, by the way. If you guys was watching all my Final Fantasy 7 remake news streams, I was calling this stuff that they're going to blend the compilation together. The overall Final Fantasy 7 compilation, they're going to blend that stuff within this first game, because I feel like if you're going to remake the game, it makes more sense to go into further detail with other characters within the Final Fantasy 7 lore. And that's pretty much what they did with this remake, with a new addition of, you know, that those black things that you see in the beginning of the game, the Watchmen of Fate, or, you know, they're gonna have a different name by the end. But yeah, 9.5 out of 10. I really love it. I do think this is gonna get Game of the Year, and it should get Game of the Year, because the hard work that Square did, flushing out these characters, producing a full-fledged game that you'll be to pretty much, if you're a 100% kind of dude, you're going to be in this game for a long time. You're not going to be in this game for 30 hours. You're going to be here for, you know, 60, 70 hours to fully complete this game. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. But I'm about to get up out of here. It's your boy, yo, Sam Ash, what's up, man? It's your boy Jay Bari. See you guys later in the next stream. Hopefully, you know, when everybody beat the game, we'll have the spoiler cast up. And, you know, anybody that wants to be a part of the spoiler cast, let me know. If you have your own channel, I think we should all just have like a you know, everybody to stream once we do the spoiler cast. That would be cool. But if you're interested, let me know. And we'll get you in there. Just be respectful of everybody's opinions and thoughts. Let everybody get their thoughts out when they talk about the game. I say that now, but I'm like the worst one. But yeah, guys, I'm about to start this hard mode Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I'm so happy. I'm so hype. It's so good. But I'm out of here, man. It's your boy Jay Bari, and I'm gone. Yo, this joint is fire! Let's go! Yo, imagine you in a fight, and this music is playing in the game. Fire!